Number 2 on our Cache Valley Media Group's list of top 25 Aggie football players for this year is graduate senior running back Calvin Tyler Jr. out of Beaumont, Texas. 5'8", 210 pounds, wears number 4. Transferred here from Oregon State. Loved beating the Beavers in that bowl game for sure. 884 yards rushing last year for the Aggies. Played 12 games, started 11, and averaged 4.5 a carry and 7 touchdowns. He also caught 11 passes for 50 yards. He wants to be more of a major runner for the Aggies this year in an explosive way on offense. Feels like that can happen. He wants the Aggie offense to be as productive as last year and even more explosive because the running game could really add to it. So number 2 on our list is Calvin Tyler, the Aggie running back.
Calvin Tyler Jr., number 4, coming in at number 2 on our list of top 25 Aggies for this upcoming season. Look, coming into the season last year, there was a lot of uncertainty overall at the running back position. Devontae Henry Cole, you remember that guy? He was the expected starter, experienced guy that was going to be there, and I don't know if he really even saw the field. Other guys outplayed him, and Calvin Tyler Jr. exploded onto the scene and played great for Utah State running the ball.
I thought Henry Cole left.
Eventually, yes, he did.
Okay. It's just like, hold on, I don't remember him being on the roster at all. But yeah, Calvin Tyler obviously did very well last season. Missed 2 games and still had nearly 900 yards rushing. 4.5 yards per carry, as Al said. And in that, with sometimes an offensive line that wasn't always the greatest at run blocking. And he was right on, I always look at the yards per carry. Usually you try and get above around 4.3-ish. 4.5 and usually a decent running back, get above 5 or 6. Then obviously you're entering elite territory. And I think this year, if Calvin Tyler really fulfills his potential and if the offensive line does really well this season, we could see a 5-yard per carry season out of Tyler. That's probably a little too much. I think he'll probably end up somewhere in the 4.3 to 4.8 range. And I think, health given, he'll cross 200 carries. I mean, he had 196 last year, missed 2 games. So with health, he'll cross 200 attempts and probably cross the 1,000-yard barrier. So and we've heard from the coaches saying they don't want to run everything through one running back. And that's just kind of modern football. I mean, Tucker even said that, like in modern football, you don't find many offenses that go through one back. Usually you'll only find it in college or high school, pretty much never in the NFL, with maybe 1 or 2 exceptions. Every year when you have like a really good running back, a Derrick Henry or Dalvin Cook. Even then, they're still throwing the ball a lot, spelling running backs. So Utah State, Calvin Tyler isn't like an all-time back. He's a really good one. So you're looking at probably between 200, 220 carries in a 13-game schedule and around 1,000 yards. And that's a really good season for a Utah State running back. It's not every year that you have a 1,000-yard rusher. Haven't had one since Darwin Thompson. And before that, I think it was 2013? I think, what was it? DiMartino, I think?
Gerald Bright was a decent runner, but I don't remember how many yards he got.
Yeah, maybe he did it in 2019. I'll have to look this up. I don't think he did.
But what I really like about Calvin Tyler Jr. is he may not look real big, but he's got big legs. He's a strong runner. I think there are probably other backs in this group this year who might be more, I guess, considered more of a power runner than he is, but he's not slight. He can hit the hole hard. He can move the chains, but he's also versatile. Didn't catch a lot of balls out of the backfield, 11 catches for 50 yards, but I know that's something that he also is would like to improve upon. So he's a more reliable, more versatile, not necessarily, reliable is not the right term, but more versatile back for Utah State to be used in different scenarios on different spots on the field. and to be able to continue to help his team move the ball forward and move the chains.
Yeah, so just double checking. I was right. 2013 was the last time. I mean, Darwin Thompson, and before that, it was DiMartino.
Yeah, okay.
Gerald Bright, he had like 921 in 2019, 888 the year before when he was splitting with Darwin Thompson. That's the amazing thing, is that Thompson had 153 carries and still crossed 1,000 yards. It was pretty crazy.
Yeah.
But yeah, going with Calvin Tyler, like, I don't focus nearly as much on the height of running backs anymore in college. In the NFL, maybe you can do that, but a lot of times, usually you're looking more at their weight. Are they stocky? And obviously, you try and look at their physique. Do they have muscle? And that'll determine a lot more about being able to run with power. Obviously, having a lot more bulk and being bigger will make you a real power runner. But in college, especially somewhere like Utah State, you're not getting the 6'1", 230-pound backs. At least not ones that have any sort of speed. Usually, you're going to find these 5'8", 5'9" guys. They're good runners. You know, hopefully they're above 200 pounds so they can at least run with some power. Because Tyler's at, what's he listed at, like 210, 215?
210.
Yeah, so, you know, good weight for a running back. He can run with some power, won't be a power runner, but he doesn't have to be. Because, I mean, in a goal line situation, the offensive line determines more about whether or not you're getting into the end zone than the running back.
Yeah, true.
So, you know, he's just got to find those holes, hit them hard, and he's going to do fine. And he does that really well. He runs really well, and, you know, he gets in space. He's able to do a few things. He's not Barry Sanders out there, but he is a good, potentially great running back the Utah State can have, and they can do a lot of good things with him.
And you've heard us, this is a theme for a lot of guys. You've heard us say this a lot before, but here's a guy who, for whatever reasons, just struggled to get time and showcase his skills and abilities at Oregon State, at a Power 5 school, transfers here, has that opportunity, takes advantage of it, and blossoms. The other thing that's great about Calvin Tyler is leadership. You and I were on the sidelines of the closed scrimmage. There was a running back who made a mistake, and Calvin Tyler was on the sidelines right in front of us, ran down the sidelines just to go talk to him, to coach him up, help him out, point out a few things. And he's an offensive leader for this team in how he performs on the field and how he does things off the field.
Yeah, and he's remember him talking about being a bit of a film junkie. If I remember correctly, one of the interviews is he talks about how much he wants to improve, wants to get better. He's trying to make himself the best he can be. And that's what you want out of, well, any position. But obviously running back, one of those. Especially going from a year where, you know, he had the best year of his career. You don't want him to regress. You want him to keep trying to get better. All right, in this one, I wasn't as good at spotting, the cutback lane, or, there's this thing I can do. And then also spend time in the weight room, improving yourself. So with that kind of attitude, he can improve on his year last year and still be very statistically productive.
So Calvin Tyler Jr., number 2 on our list of top 25 Aggies for 2022.